welcome back. Another episode of Rotator Cuff Expert. Today we're going to talk about creatine. Can creatine help in the recovery after shoulder surgery? So it's interesting because I was getting ready to do this episode, and I thought, well, maybe I had to look at the literature a little bit more to make sure. And so the answer is not quite so clear. I was prepared to tell you, no, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't help. But then I uncovered some other research that maybe it doesn't make it quite so simple in saying no or yes. Creatine, as you may or may not know, it is a legal substance used by lots of people, specifically people who work out or lift heavy weights, because it's good. It helps improve muscle mass, and people do a high intensity lifting, high intensity sports. So the question is, okay, in your recovery from your rotator cuff repair, or your shoulder replacement, whatever, can creatine be beneficial in helping you in your recovery? And so there's an article by Tyler in the American Journal of Sports Medicine back in 2004 who looked at strength after ACL reconstruction with people who took creatine and other people who didn't take creatine. And the short answer from that study is they didn't see any difference between people who took creatine and people who didn't take creatine as far as how quickly they recover in the measures they looked at. The other study by Engine, I'm probably not pronouncing it right, E-I-N-E-I-J-N-D-E, in the Journal of Physiology, what they did is they took people and they put them in a cast for 2 weeks, and they would have muscle atrophy, right? Like you might do after a shoulder surgery, where you're immobilized for a few weeks, and then began to start the process of getting those muscles back into better shape with the rehab. And they looked at a specific thing called GLUT4. GLUT4 is a processor within the muscle, and it showed it increased the GLUT4, and that GLUT4 adjusts how well the body holds onto muscle, hypertrophies muscle. This is layman, so if you're really a real physiologist, I didn't do it justice, but this is probably not my place. That's not my forum here. It's just to explain basically what it is, and then you guys decide what do you want to do with it. The interesting thing about creatine is really cheap, right? It doesn't cost very much at all to buy, and it looks to be really safe. I mean, there's some studies about dehydration, so you need to make sure you're hydrating when you're taking creatine. But it looks like there's at least a potential that if you take creatine in that dose in your recovery after immobilization, that you will have a faster recovery. Your muscles will progress faster. You're not going to heal faster, so that's important as far as that goes. Yeah, there's some protein involved in healing rotator cuff repairs, but that's probably not really what we're looking at. We're looking at the muscles around the shoulder, the pec, the deltoid, the big muscles that are probably going to recover from atrophy faster if you do creatine. Now, obviously, you got to talk to your doctor, ask them about what they think about creatine and whether it be safe in your diet or not. You need to make sure you're asking the correct doctor, because lots of doctors are not really up on this specifically. But creatine is generally safe, although again, check with your doctor. It's pretty inexpensive, and so if it's safe in general, relatively inexpensive, I'm not sure there's a whole bunch to lose by trying creatine in your recovery. Obviously, you're not gonna have a double-blind study, right? You're not gonna know if you're progressing faster because you're creatine, or you're progressing faster just because you're a faster progressor, right? We don't know. But I think it's interesting. Want something to think about, talk about with your doctor. Again, this is kind of on the edge of medicine as far as what we talk about as surgeons. So probably there's a good chance your surgeon doesn't have the most up-to-date data either. But anyway, good look at. Maybe Google it, see what you think. So I hope this helps. Please like the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Please leave any comments below. We'd love to see your comments. We'd love to help you get through this. And check out our newsletter too. Just in the comments say yes, and we will send you off the newsletter as well. Thank you very much, and have a great night, and we'll see you soon.